Alright guys, I've been playing the game for, I don't know, an hour or two, and I don't even know where to begin, but my overall impressions are just not that favorable. There's all the stuff that you've been reading about, such as there's no private lobbies, it's only the Cup Series. There's only the tracks that are in the Cup Series this year. So, like, the Indy Oval is not on here because they didn't race there this year. I don't know what else. You can't own your own team. You got to drive somebody else's car in career mode. All that stuff is pretty standard. But let me go through some things here of what I am seeing and observing. Okay, controls. It has to be a controller right now or a Logitech G920. No other wheels are recognized. So if you have a Thrustmaster or a Fanatec or a Simicube or a whatever, you're out of luck. There is no option for that. The difficulty in the assists. This is pretty strange. If you're on controller, you can't turn the steering assist to off. Low is as good as you can do. Okay. What else? This is normal stuff. There is a lot of stuff, I guess, in the race that we will talk about. Oh, in the online lobby, the other thing I've noticed is you don't get to set up a lobby and then it's like a public lobby in Heat 5, okay? You just go in here and it matches you, okay? You don't get to decide race length. You don't get to decide track. You don't get to decide anything. All you get is it's either high banks and super speedways and intermediate, or it's short tracks and road courses, but that's it. You go in there and then it's just gonna randomly pick a track, and I think all the races are 5% races, so you don't get to do anything. So I don't know how you could possibly league race like this. I'm going to cancel this. You can invite a friend, so at least you're in the same lobby, but you don't get to pick the track. You don't get to pick the race length. You don't get to pick any of that stuff. If I go into Race Now mode, a few things to notice here is, let's look at the settings, okay? You can do race, practice, qualify, okay, that's fine. You can do the race length, which is pretty much what we had before, pretty close to the same numbers, okay? You can change the field size, you can change the weather and the temperature and all that stuff. Here's the thing, the damage, it seems like if you run full damage, if you do anything, you're going to cut a tire down and have to pit or something, okay? The tire wear and fuel consumption, you have very few options here, okay? It's either on or off. So you can't do 2 times wear, 3 times wear, 4 times wear, 1 times wear. It's either on or off. That's all you get. NASCAR rules. I was racing with NASCAR rules off. When you turn them on, I don't know what all rules it turns on, but if you go below the white line, it black flags you, and that is not just at Talladega or Daytona where it does that, it does it at Vegas. So I turned them off because a lot of people like to run the apron, but yeah, you go down there, you get black flagged, which I think is like, what makes it sound like they've never actually watched very many NASCAR races if they have that on for all tracks. What about, let's say that that's fine. Now let's go to the track, okay? And we're going to go to, where are we at here? Yeah, we're at Vegas. Okay, so let's start the weekend. I'm going to show you a few other things, okay? When you're practicing, here, I'll skip through this. When you're practicing, you can't make any adjustments, okay? So let's look at this. Okay, so if we want to go race, you look at the crew chief, and then it says, you know, go to track, okay, or skip session. That's how you go to race. But let's look at our data pad. Let's use the data pad. And here you got some interesting stuff. Overview, lap, data. Here is your car setup, but you only get 5 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get even fewer slider options and you get no custom setups, okay? But let's use the data pad, and I don't think there's anything to go over in options here. Yeah, this is just the same stuff. It sets up your dead zones on your controller. That's imperial or metric and what your default views are. And there is driving line off, steering assist low. That's not much to see there. But here's the stuff that I just am really unhappy with, which is getting into the gameplay. Okay, so you start off, and your RB is what changes your view. Okay, you don't get a warm-up lap or pull out of the pits. You just go onto the track here. Okay, and I am awful on a controller, so forgive me for the way this drives. There is no rear view mirror. I don't even know if there's somebody close to behind me. Okay, but if there is somebody behind you, you'll see their number pop up at the bottom of the screen. It'll kind of give you some bearing as far as where they are. Notice that there's no information here like before. Like in the upper right hand corner, you can see your lap times and stuff. But there is no information to show you, fuel level that's left, tire wear. There's no information like that at all, okay? Okay, so see there, I've got Kyle Busch behind me now, okay? You can see he's kind of to the left, and now he's in front of me. Let's see if I can run him down again. But here's what's driving me nuts about this practice, okay? Practice is supposed to be to dial in the car. I can't make any I can't pit during practice. I can't pit and make any kind of adjustments to the car, okay? So it makes it really hard to dial it in or do a setup when I can't change the air pressure, the wedge, the tape. I can't change any of that stuff right now, okay? Which is really bad, okay? Let's get out of this and let's skip to the next session, which is qualifying. Yes. And then let's talk about what it looks like when we race. Go to next session.
Qualifying day here in Las Vegas. I'm Alex Hayden here to bring you the biggest gambling of the weekend. Not talking about dice, but how risky these drivers will be.
Okay, let's skip this and get into the race. Skip session. Let's just start the race. Okay. Go to next session.
Alex Hayden here, welcoming you to Las Vegas Motors.
I noticed that when I was racing, as the tire started, I don't know if it was the tire starting to wear or it was the way they try to get you, make it simulate being like aero loose or something. But the car just seemed to even on the straightaways, wanted to spin out. And it seemed like sometimes going down the backstretch, the car wanted to turn left even though you had the joystick straight. So it was just very, very, very odd.
Get ready, coming to green.
Showing the different views here real quick.
Got one left.
Okay, so here we go. And we're racing. If I want to... Now I can see the X at the bottom left. Now I can do a pit road thing, okay? But you've got to do it like now, okay? Like you've got to do it while you're driving, because when you go in pit road, you're like the first pit stall. It's not like you have the whole pit road to make the adjustments, okay? And what's odd is if I go right, click right on wedge, it goes up, okay? Left goes down, okay? But if I click right on the grill tape, it goes down, okay? Looks like the tire pressures go up in half-pound increments. But you kind of have to do this while you're driving, okay? You can, I guess, one can, none, or full. Tires, you can do left side, so that was an improvement. And you can adjust the track bar. Track bar is not something we had in the old game, okay? I mean, we had it in custom setups, but you didn't have it here. And I'm just going to tell you, assuming it's the same, generally speaking, the track bar going up is going to make the car looser. But there should be a left and right track bar. But you have to do this stuff while you're driving, which is incredibly hard to do. Okay? So I'm trying to drive and make pit road calls at the same time, which is like, wow. Because, and I'll show you here, I'll come into the pits this lap, and when I come in, you're like right there. You cannot really do much once you get on pit road because you just don't have time. And I have yet to see a caution, so I'm not sure what all the cautions are like. Let me just get on pit road here. And notice that I can't see how far I am from the leader, okay? So I have no idea how far I am away from the leader. Did I miss pit road? See, I'm right there. It's like the first pit stall, so you don't get a chance to really do much of anything once you're on pit road. You got to make your adjustments while you're driving. So there they're putting the tape on. That's pretty neat. I don't know what this guy's doing here in the left rear. I don't know if that's simulating adjusting the wedge. Okay, so now I'm pulling out. So now I should be a lap down, but it's not really going to show me a lap down. And notice it doesn't show you how close you are to the leader. Okay, so I have no idea if I am going to come out here on fresh tires and be gaining on the leader, losing ground. I don't know whether the leader is 1 car ahead of me or 25 cars ahead of me because you just don't know where they're at. So here we are. So I've got Timmy Hill 7 seconds ahead of me, but I don't know where the leader is, and it's not showing that I am 1 lap down to the leader. So you do this, you don't know if you're 1 lap down or 2 laps down or 5 laps down, or if you've got your lap back. So you're just kind of flying blind here. You can only see the few cars that are around you on the track. Now if I slow up enough and get the leader coming up behind me, it will show the gap to the leader because they're in the same area of the track as me, but I really don't know where I'm at right now relative to the leader, and I have no idea if, you know, coming in and getting fresh tires and I'm gaining, and then that whole thing flashing at the bottom where it just flashes up, you know, where other cars are, and it goes fast. I have no idea why that's there or what it's meant to do. So it just seems to me like it's just lacking in a lot of things here. You basically have to dial the car in while you are racing because you can't come to pit road and make any adjustments in practice session. You have no idea what your tire wear is looking like, whether you're burning off the right front, the right rear, or whatever. You have no idea what your fuel consumption is. Oh, another thing is if you like hit the wall and then kind of not even go backwards, but just have to come down across the track and get going again, you get black flags that says you're going the wrong way, which I think is incredibly wrong. But just a lot lacking in this game, and it's not necessarily bugs, it's just the design of the game. So I'm not optimistic that it's going to get fixed because it's not a bug, it's just the way the game is. You know, you can't tell where the leader is. That's not a bug. That's just how they set it up. You can't come to pit road and adjust your car in practice. That's not a bug. They just set it up that way. I'm not going to speak to the physics because I am on a controller and I am so used to a wheel that I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay? I really don't know what I'm doing, so it'd be hard for me to make any fair assessment on the physics of the game, just because I am so unfamiliar with controllers and so bad at them. And like here we go, like I am catching Timmy Hill. This should be unlapping myself from Timmy Hill, but it really doesn't show that. It just says how close he is to me on the track. So I don't know who all's on the lead lap and who all isn't. And you know, I've yet to see a caution, and maybe if you turn NASCAR rules off, you don't get cautions. I don't know, but like, you know, you don't know whether you're in the free pass spot if you're a lap down. This is just, it's easier to get out of control on the straightaway. As you said, I was kind of, see right there, I was just kind of drifting. So just, I mean, I'm just not impressed. I'm just not impressed. After seeing this, it makes me like Heat 5 better. I'm just not liking it. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be hard on motorsports games, but it's just, this is just my honest opinion of it. So anyway, that's all I got. I will keep playing, see what else I come up with and what else I learn. But these are my thoughts on it right now, guys.